Hey, how's it going, guys? Archer back here with part 2 of our live play walkthrough of Outlaws of the Old West. We're basically just picking up right where we left off last time when we were talking about the basics of getting started out here in the green prairie. We've got our horse, we've got a bow and some arrows, and little else. We've got a couple of work crafting stations just to bring everybody back up to speed. We've got our spawn bed, and definitely if you didn't catch the first part and want to get the tips on how to survive here in this game, I recommend going back and watching that. I'll have a link down in the comments below. But we got a couple of goals today. Basically, we're going to be expanding upon what we started last time. And basically, this is going to be very different. If you're playing this single player like I am in this instance, your experience is going to be very different as opposed to playing on an online server. Mostly because it's all up to you. You're not going to be able to collaborate with other people, build resources, do all that kind of thing. And that can be a big problem because basically what we want to do next is start generating money, because money is used for a lot of things in the game to like build up towns and do things like that. Getting general stores added, gunsmiths, stables, all that sort of thing. That all takes cash, and I'll show you how to do that via the post office system. But right now we're going to go do a little bit of resource harvesting. We're going to need some more planks. We're going to need some more wood for sure to get some more benches set up. And basically, if you were playing on a multiplayer server, it'd be a little bit easier because most likely, especially if it's one of the official servers or a private server that's been around for a little bit, people will have player towns set up. And you can actually use those NPCs to go sell like things like guns that are dropped by the NPC outlaws in game, sell gold bars to gold exchanges, which is one of the first things we're going to need to get set up. And actually there's a since the last patch, as of right now, there is a really great way to make money selling crafted leather coats to Mr. Kang in the tailor shop. But unfortunately, because this is just a single player instance, we can't do any of that. It's all on us to figure out how we're gonna make some money here. So I definitely want to spend a little time upgrading our tools during this run. The primitive stone tools are okay. Again, they don't really get in the way of gathering resources other than they break down a lot. So in order to not just have to worry about that, we'll go ahead and I think we have a carpenter bench. If not, we'll make one real fast. And we'll also want to set up an oil derrick here soon. Those are pretty easy to build, and they will supply oil, which is used in some of the crafting recipes, but mostly it's used to power up the tier 2 mines, which are kind of the ones you want to be shooting for to start getting mine runs available to make money, because basically it's a gold mine that every 6 hours respawns if you're on multiplayer. If you're single player, apparently you can just log off, log back in, and then it refreshes. But basically, you go down the mine, there's NPC miners and gimps and all sorts of guys to go shoot. You clear it out, and then you spend a lot of time bringing up all the ore, gold, silver, all that kind of stuff. You want to refine that in a smelter, and then, yeah, you're just, you sell that stuff to the gold exchange, gold and silver bars there. And that's how you start kind of generating money in this game. It's one of the more efficient ways to do it. They've recently added functionality, as I said earlier, to sell NPC guns to the gunsmith, bandanas and eye patches that come off of the bandana raiders can be sold in the tailor shop. But it's not going to be a lot of money. They don't do a whole lot. Ooh, let's get those open up. Make it look nice. We're open for business. But, okay, so let's see. We've got the carpenter bench. That's good. We can just go ahead and get these next tier of tools. I'm going to get a canteen, too. Having a canteen is pretty handy if you're running around a whole lot like we're going to be. And I'll show you guys how to fill the canteens here. Let's see. Is there anything else here I really need right this second? Doesn't look like it. But we'll take that. Let me see. We got the wood or the metalworking bench too. That's good. I guess we could have gone straight. Actually, let's do that. I completely forgot about that. No, stop. There we go. Didn't realize I had this available. These are kind of the most durable items that you can make to go out and go crafting with. So it's nice to have a set of those. also, there's our mailbox. We'll definitely get that going. Now, these other tools, there's things like the pitchfork that will build barn structures. So the whole red paneled barn type setup. The claw hammer, which will get your tier 3 buildings. That uses a lot of planks and iron ore and things like that. Iron bars, really. The farm hoe, which will allow you to make farmable crop bed areas, and then the sledgehammer, demolition hammer, is good for knocking down structures that I think I talked about it in the previous video, but it'll allow you to reclaim some of the resources. Not always on like crafting benches and things like that, but it's not a bad way to go if you gotta do some renovating in the old homestead. All right, so we got those. We're going to go ahead and put our very nice mailbox. You can actually make a wooden one of these too, but we have the metal. It's not that much more resources. And it gives our little cabin an air of respectability that it otherwise so desperately needs. But let me just take a moment to remind you, I do have a Twitch channel, and if you want to check out some live broadcasts, where we've been playing a lot of Outlaws recently, you can check out Bodge City that we're still working on, and eventually I'll have a video on that for when we transition to multiplayer tips and whatnot. But it's www.twitch.tv/captain_archer, and there will be a link in the notes, of course. But here we go. It's basically what we're going to do with the mailbox. We're going to hit contract, and this gives us like all the things we want to be able to buy. As you can see, we've got $0.00 right now, so we're going to be working on that this episode. But the first thing we really want to get to is this gold exchange. $200, it's not too bad. So we're going to have to go around probably killing some outlaws to get the starting money for this. After that, we're going to want to go, if we can, get straight to the mine shaft tier 2. I haven't played around with the tier 1 shaft, mostly because the tier 2 is just a little bit more money, an extra 33% or whatever there. And it's supposed to contain a lot more gold and ore and all that kind of stuff. We do have our saw table that we're going to set up to run some planks. We'll just left shift and click, craft maximum. So we got 20 going in there, that's fine. So we're going to need to build a stone furnace. The basic one is probably going to be sufficient. It only takes 50 stone, super easy. We can upgrade to the brick furnace later if we want to, but mostly it's just a time difference thing, so the basic one should get everything we need to completed with it. And as soon as that pops out of inventory, I'll also show you a little bit of a trick with the smokehouse that you can build. It takes bricks to build, but the idea is that you can smoke meat with it. Not that big a deal, but it's also the only way to repair stuff in the game right now. I did not mean to put that on my hotbar. And it does sound like kind of an abuse of in-game mechanics, but keep in mind there is no other way to repair items at this point. So it's kind of, well, unless you want to be trashing your stuff all the time. Like in our online town, we've got the blacksmith, we got the gunsmith, we got all the stuff that would allow us to repair it if they had that functionality. So, but the only way we can do it right now is using the smokehouse. And if we get that built, I'll show you how that works. But just know it is an available option. Okay, so we got a little bit of wood. I just put all the rest in planks. So we're going to get some bricks cooking here, and those will ignite. Well, I guess we got coal. We don't need to burn the wood. Let's just do the coal. That'll burn a lot longer. And our tummy is letting us know that we're very hungry right now. Get those on there. And, oh, we still got some blackberries. I should check on the horse to see how he's doing. Not the most effective. But it works. And then we'll actually go get the horse is doing good, because basically, as far as the game is concerned, we just logged off a second ago, even though in reality it's been like a week and a half. Okay, so we can just hit use to use the water to get us a drink there. And also, if we hold down E... Oh, did I forget to grab the canteen? I probably did. I do that a lot. There we go. Okay, so once we get the canteen attached, actually in our inventory, we can go down here, hold down E. It automatically, hey, you can use the canteen. That's all you've got. If you got a bucket, it'll give you canteen, bucket, whatever. And then you can just, boom, fill it up. And if you look in here, you can just, you see the little water bar there. You can right-click it. And if you're thirsty, it'll take a drink. We just drank, so we're good there. Don't forget your horse. You can have him drink by just kind of walking in the river. Yeah, we gained a level. Sweet. And, or you can just, if you're not near a river, you've got a bucket with water, you can force the horse to drink during using the contextual menu, the radial there. Also, I found out some new information from the last episode where basically I was saying, yeah, just pump it all into health. Apparently, the accuracy does help with bullet damage fall off at a distance. So it's not completely useless, it's just not the most important thing, and I still recommend just pump it in health for right now. The gun damage goes up crazy, especially if you get access to a gunsmith. And yeah, it's what difference there is there. It doesn't make that much of a difference at this point in the game. So you can kind of do what you want, follow your heart. There's no wrong answers here. Just happy little accidents. Also, one thing about the Greenlands that is really important is there's these trees that take 5 whacks basically to fell. Uh-oh. We got an angry badger here. Angry badger, don't you know I like beating you up with axes? No, you're not getting away. But anyways, back to what I was saying about the trees is if you get those nice big trees out here in the grasslands, they will give you the most wood per like thwack on them. There's trees down in the desert as well, but they crumble pretty quick and you don't get as much off them. So when you're doing a lot of resource gathering, it's usually worth making a trip if you're out of the normal green area biome to just come on up wherever it happens to be and find a nice copse of trees to go and yeah, plunder for their woody resources. We're going to spend a little time doing this because we're going to need some planks for building some more structures here. Not too many, but one of the big things we're going to have to do to generate cash here in a minute is we're going to have to go hunt some bandits. And this is kind of a new area for me. I've learned a couple bandit camps down in the desert areas. So we're going to be kind of doing this live and figuring it out as we go. But we saw the one bandit camp the other day. Basically, you want to be looking for those campfires. Sometimes they'll just be wandering around. You'll find guys like bank robbers, and they'll drop a little bag of cash. We want to get that $200 raised up as quick as we can, though, to get that gold exchange. Because the Skull Bandit gang, they're the ones that can drop gold bars. And those are kind of, you get $10 basically per gold bar. So if you get a nice stack of those, you can get work towards a mine done pretty quick. And definitely if you got a mine set up, you're going to want a set of these better iron tools because you spend quite a bit of time mining down there. Also, with the bandit camps, I'll double check our arrow capacity here soon, but with a horse we should be able to stay out of danger's way pretty easily, drop a couple of bandits, get a couple of actual like worn firearms, or maybe if we're lucky a couple of fully repaired ones depending on which bandits they are. But we're going to go take a look for some bandits here in a minute. You also might want to take a little bit of time to maybe get some rawhide gear put together because you do get a little bit of a health benefit for having clothing on. So let's see where we're at on our rawhide situation. Okay, not good. Got it. We didn't do a whole lot of hunting last time as I recall. Let's go ahead and summon our horse here. I did that by hitting Q, holding down Q, and then one of the radials is summon horse. Looks like the horse is doing okay on food-wise. That's good. And, oh, he's got skill points, so let's put some more in energy there. It's all about the energy with the horses. All right. We're going to spend a little time riding the prairie. We've got our map out here, so we know it's kind of where we started, I think, and this is where our house is. We're going to look around a bit, see if we can find any bandit camps nearby. First, we're going to check our ammo. We got 28 arrows. It's not a whole lot, but it should get us through an encounter with some bandits. Or we're probably going to, if we can get some opportunistic rawhide, so we can start building up a set of rawhide gear. Just because it's the easiest thing. You don't need to build a tailoring bench or anything. You can just use the tannery station. And that's really all we need right now. Plus it looks pretty cool. Well, if you like Fringe, I guess it looks pretty cool. Did my mount actually gain a level? There's a bug sometimes that tells you that they gained a level, but yeah, I actually did. Alright, here we go. And again, third person's kind of the way you want to do this. I really miss having a rifle at this point, because I'm just so used to just dropping these guys in one shot. A little bit of rawhide, so that's a piece of leather. Grab the cotton here. Cotton is used if you're going to get an actual tailoring table put together. You can use the spinning wheel to make cotton yarn, and then you'll use that to make some other advanced clothing types. There's a bear. We'll avoid him for now, because it's usually not worth the investment in arrows. But easy rawhide sources and bandit camps is what we're kind of after at this moment. We can get a little height. It might help us spot campfires since it's kind of this twilight. I want to say this is near the area where we initially set up camp on our multiplayer server. Kind of this area. And if I recall correctly, there might be... Oh, well, there we go. That wasn't too bad, was it? Let's see what we got to work with here. Looks like Bandana Gang. Oh, well, we'll keep an eye on our health, but I think we should be okay. We're just basically trying to put as many arrows into them as quickly as we can. Oh, it's nice if they can shoot each other a bit. And it's nice to focus fire, but sometimes you just got to go with whoever was not moving, because you use a lot less ammo that way. If you're trying to like track their shots, especially when we're as low as ammo as we are right now, it can be a little bit of a problem. As you can see, the health's not really going anywhere. These guys are not the toughest in the world. Oh, come on, please stop. Whoa! That was an impressive spray of blood. It didn't really do a whole lot, but... Whoop. Only got 6 shots left. I really need to kill one of these, at least another one of these guys. And maybe we'll get lucky, loot a pistol off of them. Ah, man. Might have to go after this guy with an axe or something. Okay, that's the bandit leader, so they're usually the toughest. Let's see if we get lucky. Hey, we got a volcanic pistol. Those aren't too shabby. Got a couple shots on it. As you can tell, I'm not too worried about it. There we go. We can line up our shot, take our time, find some wood. Okay, a couple more pistol ammo. Yeah, okay, that's basically what we wanted to have happen there. So we got a little bit of pistol shots, and this will allow us to start kind of growing our money. We got like 35 bucks off of that. Again, if this was a multiplayer server, we might be able to find somebody to set up a gunsmith and we could sell this. I think it only sells for like 9 or 10 bucks. The rifle's usually about like 15 to 20, but that's at the time of recording this. And I'm sure, because it's early access, all that stuff is subject to change, of course. But we'll take a look around the camp just to make sure there wasn't anybody lingering about. Usually it's 3 to 4 of those guys. Unfortunately, there's no like treasure chests or loot boxes or anything. So once you kind of clear out the camp, that's the end of it. So one of the tricks for these camps, though, is that you can, if you ride a fair distance away, so it drops off your draw distance, they will respawn eventually. So we're just going to pick a direction to ride. We also might want to... Let's put a marker there so we can remember. It's not too far from our house, so this is going to be kind of an easy source of our starting dollars. Maybe some more equipment, that kind of stuff. But is this even a worn volcanic? Let's take a look real quick, see what we actually got to work with. Oh, okay, no, it's a fully crafted one. So this is the same as one you would craft. It does 20 damage, which isn't bad. It's pretty good for a handgun. It does use these bullets, though, but usually if you're fighting against the bandana gang, you'll be pulling in more bullets than you use. Skull Gang has a chance to drop rifles, and those can be really good. But it's just kind of an easy way to avoid having to craft everything for yourself. See, that's what we're missing. Just being able to drop those guys with a headshot. Yeah. A couple pieces of leather there. We're going to ride around for a second before we head back. Let's go a little bit further, see if maybe we'll get lucky and find another camp. Oh, another way to make money in the multiplayer game, this is something they added recently, is that you can tame horses, and if somebody has a stables up, you can actually go up and you'll get 50 bucks per horse turn in. So that's actually not too bad with the amount of horses you can find. You know, 4 of those, and then you've got the money you need for a gold exchange. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Again, if somebody else has set up a stables for you to use. Well, there's our cabin. Let's ride south along the river for a minute, and then we'll swing back up to that bandit camp, see if it's maybe a respawn right now. But one of the great things about this game is, I'm not going to chase that. I'm going to wait to come upon them in stealth and then drop them with a well-placed shot. You could really set your own goals for how you want to go about playing the game. I mean, you don't have to like go straight for the gold exchange, mine route, and all that. It's just one of the more efficient ways to go. But honestly, if you just want to ride around and shoot people in the face on your horse, nothing's stopping you from doing that. It'd just be nice if they the bandits actually dropped more clothing items and things like that. But we'll get we'll step up our fringe game here real soon. If we log out, log back in, if that'll respawn it. Again, I do most of my playing on a multiplayer server, so some of the things are going to be a little bit different. Your mileage may vary. If you do notice something that is behaves differently if you're playing on single player that I did not address, please do leave a comment, because I'm always interested. And I want to make sure I'm giving out the most accurate information possible. Okay, we're about there. I don't see its respawn, so we maybe didn't get far enough away. Some people have said that time of day makes a difference. I don't know if that's true or not, because it seems like the bandit camps I'm used to going and raiding, they're always up when I get there, so... Ooh, lightning storm. You don't get this in the desert too much. That's cool. This might have more of effect later after the temperature effects have more an impact on the game. But in the meantime, it's just kind of pretty to look at. I don't know if you can get struck by lightning at all. I'm going to try to avoid that, though, if at all possible. That is pretty cool. You can see the downpour going. Yeah. This is a pretty game. I really like the landscape here. Oh, hello, Mr. Antelope. Ah, oh well. You get to live again this time, Antelope. This is probably one of the more difficult part of the games right now, because it's just kind of a slow grind, and it's completely dependent on what's available. If you can get lucky finding bandit camps. Woo! Alright. It can go really quick. If not, then it might take you a little bit of time riding around trying to get some more money so you can get those purchased items online. Otherwise, you can spend a lot of time just kind of crafting and building and doing stuff without that route. I just kind of wanted to show that because it's a very different mechanic in the game that you may not be aware of. or how it works, which is kind of why I want to talk about it during this episode. Otherwise, you know the basics of buildings at this point, hopefully. And it's basic. You just expand on it from there. Ooh, a bunch of wolves. Oh, can't see him through the gun smoke. That was a waste of a couple of bullets there. Oh well. But these guys give pelts. Oh man, I'm just off today. And the pelts don't really get used for crafting. You can sell them to a taxidermist, but they are not worth a whole lot. They're like $1 a pelt. And yeah, it's not a very efficient way to make money. But if you have them, you can sell them, that kind of thing. Taxidermist is also one of the NPCs that allows you to buy like trophy mounts for your house. He sells them for cash. Most of the NPC shops, which is why they're kind of an important part of the game, they have exclusive items that you can only get through them, which is why it's kind of worth doing. The gunsmith has exceptional, the gold guns, basically. They have got a gold finish, and they do way more damage than regular crafted guns that you can get. The sharp rifle, which is kind of the sniper rifle that you can make on the gun bench, does 60 damage normally. With the gold gun, which costs almost $1,000, it's 90 damage. So you're getting headshots like crazy with that thing and just killing people. It's pretty good that way. Let's go over there and we'll make some rawhide gear. Put our gun away. Let's see. Okay, so... Oh, did we already have one of these up? We did. That's funny. But good news is, you actually want to have 2 of them, if at all possible. Let's get some... Yeah, we'll do those iron bars, because some of the recipes require that. We can get some more if we need to. Oh, there it is. It is in there. So I need iron ore, I need planks, and I need rope. Easy enough. Let's get... Oops. Yeah, stop that. Oh, if you didn't catch that, it's actually something really good. If you do the left shift and left click, you can start at the higher number there. So if you want to like transfer 80 and don't want to click out 80, you can start up at 100 and go back from there. Okay, where are we at? We needed rope. Let's get 10 done of those. How's our planks coming along? We got 20 planks, not bad. And I'll show you what the whole deal is for the sewing machine, because that's basically how you make most of your cloth clothing. We can make a set of, as I said, the rawhide here. So we'll do a fringe jacket. How about that? That's the cool looking look, right? We'll let that go. We're going to need to go find some iron ore, because we converted it all to iron bars here a second ago, but we do need some iron ore just for the sewing machine. So let's put our jacket on. Oh yeah, that's looking good. It's a good looking cowboy we got going on there. Mm-hmm. Oh, those fringe, so free. All right, where's our horse? Come here, horse. Horsey. There you are. Stuck on the furnace. You're not a metalsmith. Get out of there, horse. You don't know what you're doing. You don't even have thumbs. Let's go find just a couple of nodes real quick. Beep, 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 leep, do. Did our mount actually get a level again? Yes, it did. Very nice. More energy, please. So bandit camps, ore. There's some ore right there. A couple of nodes. Nice. And then we'll go get some more crafted gear. The only thing, what we should actually do is go craft some boots, because we need a boot and hat crafting bench, basically, to make those items. Everything else, the shirts, vests, coats, gloves. Basically everything else is made on the sewing bench. But it's kind of an interesting distinction that they make. That, okay, you can make boots and hats on this one, but everything else is made on the other. Because getting to actually be able to make your own pistols at this point is kind of a pain. Or at least the ammunition for it, because if you need to make pistol ammo, that means you need to have a chemistry bench to make gunpowder, and to make gunpowder you need to be able to grind up in a grinder, which is another craftable thing. You need to be able to grind up coal dust, sulfur, and salt in sand. I believe, yeah, all 4 of those. To make the gunpowder, then you take the gunpowder, you put it on the gun bench, and then you use iron ore to make the actual bullets that you need. It's not horrible, it's just kind of... the annoying thing about getting the chemistry bench is it requires glass, and glass you need to have an anvil, and so you got to make glass molds, and then you go smelt them. It's just kind of a labor-intensive process, and not really necessary right now. So we won't be doing that. So let's get 10 of those. So we're going to make a little campfire here, cook up some of this meat, because we get a lot more nourishment out of like the cooked meats. Oh, we had some left over from last time. Nice. Nice. But we'll throw this lot on as well, and we'll take that with us. The meat actually lasts a pretty long amount of time in the game. It doesn't spoil very quickly. Okay, we need to get some more rawhide. What do we add on that? We've only got 1 piece. Another beneficial thing about having NPCs available on multiplayer servers is some of them, like the taxidermist, can sell you rawhide. It's like $1 a piece, which is nice if you're just looking for a couple of pieces to do. Otherwise, you can have the blacksmiths sell you iron ore. Not iron ore, excuse me, iron ingots, which is nice, and those are about $1 a piece also. Especially when you get into the later crafting. It can take a little while to get all that ore smelted. Definitely a couple mine runs, spending some time gathering like we're doing right here. Just want to make sure we have extra ore available if we need it. And if you haven't noticed, my kind of play style is a little bit scatterbrained. I'll kind of just find out. I've got general goals of what I'm working towards, but I will stop and do other things along the way if I think that it would be beneficial. So like grabbing ore occasionally here and there is nice. Let's take our bow out. We've got 1 whole shot with it. Okay, let's see if we can get really good with the good shot with the pistol. And again, third person is kind of best here because you keep that aiming dot when you do down the sight aiming. Ah, all right. So you can finish it off with a bow. Can always make some more arrows, I guess. Well, nope, it's going to take another shot. Dagnabbit. Dagnabbit! And that gave us the 5 pieces of rawhide we needed to make the boots, at least. So that's pretty good. We're going to need some more leather for some of the other crafting as well. But I think we're going to go see if we can hit up. We've ridden far enough afield that I want to go see if we can find that bandit camp. And we're going to do a little reload here to see if that actually helps it respawn, because I'm really curious about that. Let's go over here. We'll make our boots, because I don't want to make a boot hat stand right now. We could also get a nice mountain hat. That's 8 pelts. Oh, it's 8 pelts. Oh, that actually uses pelts. Interesting. I think that's the first thing I've seen that does that. Good to know. But those are almost done. That's fine. Let that crank just for a minute more. Take our booties. I'm just going to throw these things on the ground. Don't need them. We do have that spear in our inventory, so I guess if we get to the... Oh, yeah. Look at us being nearly clothed. Just like people do. What about our ability to make a sewing machine? I think I was typing in tailor earlier. It's under sewing bench, so there we go. We can make that. And maybe we can come up with some pants and a shirt. Holy cow. Look at us. This whole wilderness ensemble is really coming together. As soon as that gets done, we will go ahead and place it. Let's go ahead and put it over here next to the spinning wheel, because that's what we'll need to be using in conjunction. So just to remind you, this is where you make your lasso, really important, but it also makes the cotton yarn and wool yarn that you'll need. Canvas also is used in a couple of recipes. You can also knock out a cheap sleeping bag, but usually the bed is just easier to make because it doesn't require canvas and wool, which can sometimes be a little bit tough to find depending on where you're at. But okay, let's take a look here. So we got breeches. We'll need some cotton yarn, so let's get a couple of cotton yarns done up. Let's just make all the cotton. Ooh, that's a lot of cotton. Okay. We'll let it build up like 10 of those, and that should give us enough to make most of what we need. One of the nice things about the tailor in-game is you can actually pick the specific colors that it dyes your items. It's a little bit pricey, but if you're going for a specific fashionable look, then it's really the best way to go. All right, let's see. Pullover lace shirt. Yeah, let's do that. That'll go with my fringe. So that's, yeah, that gives us a little bit of temperature, which we don't really need because it's plenty warm here. If you're in the northern climes, clothes is good. And then can't do the fringe pants because that takes leather. But if you are on a multiplayer server, as of right now, if you build these, where is it, the leather jackets? Yeah, it's one of these ones that you can make. I forget which one exactly. But I think it's the duster jacket. It takes 2 leather, and you can sell them for $100 at an NPC tailor at Mr. Kang's. So that is a easy way to make lots of money really fast. I expect that to change soon, so your mileage may vary, and in fact I expect to do, because the ultimate insult is you can go buy a couple of leather from the taxidermist, immediately convert it into a coat, and then turn around and sell it to the tailor and just make insane amounts of money. I'm not saying that's what you should do, I'm just saying it's out there. Alright, well there we go. We got a nice set of clothing on, we're no longer running around in our long johns, and we're ready to go back on the trail looking for them desperados that set up camp too near to my place. I'll not have it. You can see we are following the blue arrow on the map at the top center of the screen there. And we're going to ride out that way, see what we can find. Hopefully they'll be available for some killings right now. Maybe it would help if I called ahead and made an appointment with them. Please RSVP, camp raid, and killing actions. Oh, no, I thought I saw something there. It can be a little tricky too, because sometimes you'll get individual guys. I was talking about like the bank robbers earlier. There's also like TNT bandits. They'll be single spawns. They're a little bit harder to spot than the guys that come in the full camps. But I think it was supposed to be right around here, right? I put the marker a little bit farther south than it actually was, so let's ride north a little bit. Wait, no, there we go. Sarah, as advertised, it's one guy. And it's a bank robber. You can see a little satchel on his side. So hopefully we'll get a couple of bullets out of him. I'm trying to be very careful not wasting any ammo here. Bank bandit. Ooh, wow, that was a gusher. So we got a money bag worth $32. Not bad. And then looting him. Okay, we got an 1875 Warren pistol and 6 more bullets. Not too bad. Not too bad. But we got a couple of bucks there. $66 of the 200 we need. We haven't collected any gold bars yet. We haven't found any skull gangs. So we're probably going to have to make a little bit of... spend a little time riding around the plains here, seeing what other trouble we can find. Of course, instead of doing this, you could just be like working on building up your homestead. There's plenty of things to do there. You can make a nice little farm for yourself. And just really forge your own story. with this kind of sandboxy, oldie-timey Western game. Okay, if you guys see anybody lurking about in ambush, scream real loud so I can hear you. Whoa! Okay, well, that was a bear. That was me screaming real loud. But, let's see. This looks like a good area for some bandits. Don't see nobody yet, though. Oh, there we go. Okay, where are we right now? We're almost directly south from the other one, so that's good to keep in mind. Alright, let's go say howdy to these boys. Looks like more bandana gang. That's fine. Bullets is bullets. Ah, man. Our opening shot was not the best. There's the leader right there. There we go. 2 good headshots there. In fact, I'm going to go loot them right now. Sometimes you can lose track of the guys. Ooh, got an eye patch, too. Whoop. Pulled a little to the right. Oh, man. You're just ruining my efficiencies here, there, bandit. Holy snaps. Okay, he's reloading. There we go. Maybe wait for the reload is the key with these guys. Usually I don't really care so much if we're playing multiplayer because, you know, I've got the resources to burn, but every bullet's dear right now. And you're hiding in a bush like a sneaky son of a gun. Yeah, they will sometimes clip into terrain. Hey, how about that? Oh, guess it would help if I reloaded. But as you can see, they're not terribly dangerous. The TNT guys can be, especially in the mine runs, can be a little bit of a handful if you let them get the drop on you. Don't do that. That's my tip. It's honestly not that hard. We are hungry again, so let's eat some of our cooked meat. Prairie cooking. And then have a nice little chug on our whoops, water bottle. Hello. Nice. Okay, so we got a couple of new sidearms. We got an eye patch. I guess we could wear that. There we go. And, ooh. There we go. Looking like a real desperado now. A little bit of clipping issues with my beard. Will not be contained. But we're 27 bullets right now. That's pretty good. That's a fair amount. Once I'm getting closer to like 50 rounds, things get a little easier. But that was a good little side thing. Additional tip, if you do have access to an NPC or a blacksmith, if you don't want to just sell them for the couple of bucks that the guns are worth, you can just chuck them in the smithy's forge, and they will break them down into iron ore and wood, or planks and iron ingots for the rifles. Rifles are usually worth selling, though. But if you need the resources, then it's not a bad way to go, especially if you're collecting a lot. Let's see if there's any that better that we got. Damage 16, no, it's not going to do it. 17, no. The Volcanic's still our best one right now. We actually got really lucky with it to be like our first drop. Okay, so we saw this camp here. Let's ride straight north and see if maybe that camp has respawned again. We might have a nice, efficient little bandit run thing here. Let's also check our money while we're doing this. $91, so almost halfway there. But really, having a gold exchange isn't going to make a big difference for us unless we get some gold to exchange. We really need to get lucky. It seems like the Skull Bandit guys have been a little bit tougher to find here recently. So I don't know if that's something they adjusted the spawn rates in the game itself, or it's just kind of luck of the draw. But they are definitely the preferred enemy if you can get a hold of them. They drop better gear. They drop gold bars periodically, which is a nice infusion of cash if you can get it. Okay, we're in that area again. Don't see anybody, though. Looks all clear. Well, too bad. Okay, well, let's keep riding around. We went south. Let's now head... Let's keep going west. Go west, young man. Nice little spring showers. But if you are interested, we are playing on the US West official number 4 PvE server. That's where we're at right now. Who knows where we'll be in the future. We have been invited to go play in an RP community, which we might be moving over. Probably the next time they do a server wipe, we'll probably just go to a private server. But in the meantime, if you're interested in playing, give us a holler. I can show you where we're out on the map. Well, I can't really show you down here. We're kind of, if you follow the river south into the desert, actually I think it's yeah, down here in the desert area, you'll run into Bodge City on that server, and Archers Rangers. You could probably ask anybody there for an invite. Oh, here we go. We got somebody. Where are we right now? Oh, we're kind of back near where we were originally. Hello, buddy. Oh, man. Oh, there's a couple of them. These look different from the bandana games. These might be skull guys. Yeah. I'm really hoping they are. Oh, come on. There we go, Skull Gang leader. I'm gonna loot him immediately, so I don't want to lose his body. 15 gold bars and a Schofield added. Oh boy, did we make out there. Alright, that's $150 in our pocket. Well, once we get a gold exchange set up. Which hopefully all this stuff will help us with. Just let me, don't stop moving. There we go. Gang member down. There was a third guy. Let's see if we can find him. 7 more gold bars and a single action. Nice. Alright, where'd you go, Skull Gang member? Sometimes they run off and you'll just lose them. Because they can just warp through rocks and stuff and you'll never find them. But that was a really good find. We got 22 some odd bars there. We got a couple of new pistols. It would have been nice if we found a rifle, but we don't really have the ammo for it. So it don't matter either which way, really. Take a second to look, see if we can find a lone gunman running around. Nope, looks like we lost him. That's fine though. That was a nice haul. Okay, so we got the SAA Peacemaker, 22 damage, so a little bit better. Yep, I'm gonna replace our galvanic. It is worth, because we don't have the food smoker set up yet, to have backup weapons as well. Got the Schofield, a pistol for horseback. Well, guess what? If you shoot anything from horseback, it is a pistol for horseback. Yeah, 22 gold there, so that'll be nice. That'll give us... That's almost a third of what we need for the first mine, or for our tier 2 mine. So you want to stockpile that stuff as much as possible. And then once we get the gold exchange, speaking of, we're at over $100, so about 53% done. For a goal of the 200 to get the gold exchange, then we can convert the gold, get more money, and then it just becomes so much easier to generate funds in this game. But let's spend a little time. Let's go back to that other area. So it was kind of down south here, right? See if maybe their camp is back up. Then we'll swing back north. Maybe run this little triangle pattern, see if we get lucky. And there's a bear. We've got 24 ammo, so we lost a little bit. We netted down on that exchange, but not too bad. Would have been nice if we could have gotten that third skull bandit for sure, but can't always have everything. Ooh, it's dark out here on the prairie. Somewhere around here, right? Maybe a little bit further south. Oh, there we go. We found a camp. I heard you guys yelling. We found it. Good job. Alright. Let's go on up there all sneaky like. See if we can... Looks like more bandana gang, so hopefully should be good for pistol ammo. Whoop. Man. I'm dodging and weaving. Hey, boss. Whoop. I want to see if I can kill the leader first, because he's the most important one, really, because drops the most stuff. And we really don't want to lose his loot, if at all possible. 10 more pistol ammo. Love it. Love it. You can actually break down pistol, well, all the ammunition types in the blacksmith fire, and you can also sell them, I think, for like a quarter each on the gunsmith. So just one of those other things to be aware of. Okay, well, we got a little bit of money. We got a lot more ammo. Yeah, we're back up to like 40 some odd there. Very nice. If we ever, we'll probably build a little crate. We just throw all the extra sidearms in, and if we ever get a blacksmith or gunsmith set up, we'll just cash it all in at once. Get a money influx. But that was pretty good. Okay, let's head straight north then and see if we can catch that other camp. All right, let's head out there. This triangle, because basically we just gotta make some money now. That's kind of where we're stuck out. And this is again where it'd be beneficial if we had somebody else that we were working with, because they could be riding around getting up money, and basically the first person to, well, once you can pool up your $200, because you can transfer money between yourselves. If you have a safe, which is one of the items you can make on the metal bench, you can actually deposit money in there. Also, if you have a bank, you can have a personal banking account and deposit money in there. As you might imagine. A bank is good for banking. Not a lot else. Ooh, a lot of buffaloes. See, are we... Oh, we're about to hit that server wall again. Yeah, let's turn south, because I think we're supposed to be a little bit further south than where we were. It's kind of midway between the north and south camp there. But unfortunately, this is really, if you're doing single player, this is really the only way you can make any cash at this point, is just getting it off of bad guys. And as we can see, it can sometimes be a little spare. Finding desperados to go shoot down. At least that first 200 is kind of the challenging bit. We need 61 more dollars. Not too bad, though. If we can get another bank robber or two, that would definitely do the trick. Alright, let's just keep on heading south here and see if we can get lucky, find another couple of camps. Otherwise, we could just kind of go back and run circuits around that. I think it's a little bit more efficient just seeing if you get lucky, because you find what you find that way. And you learn more about the area around you. Hey, mountain level. is those bad guys. Guess we do need leather still. Oh boy. The extra 10 points of damage on the rifles is kind of a nice... It definitely makes a difference. Just because I have a little bit extra ammo to spare doesn't mean I want to spend it all. Goodness. There we go. Jeez. I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but one trick to getting a rawhide early on is you can actually, and it doesn't take you like ammo or anything, you can use your lasso to tame horses and then kill said horses. Apparently that gives you a morality hit, and if it gets too low they'll send player bounties after you and things like that, but if you're playing single player it doesn't really matter, does it? Ooh, here we go. Alright, where are we? Oh, we're directly south of our house now. Interesting. Okay, what do we got here? Looks like more bandana gang. Alright. Ooh, that was a lucky shot. Clipped him right in the head, I guess. 2 down. Alright, that was pretty efficient. Love it. Let's see what we got. 5 more monies. 10 more monies. Alright. Let's get this cotton too while we're here. And the leader says 13. Alright. 163. We're getting real close. Maybe 1 or 2 more camps. And our pistols back up to about 50 or so for ammunition. Not too shabby. Just kind of want to keep riding a big circle out here. Seems to be where we're having the most luck. Let's go a bit east here till we hit the river, then we'll head north again. Let's actually water the horse. Quench our thirst and fill up our canteen and all that stuff since we're here. Oh man, wow. Okay, this is it. Spent a couple minutes there just wandering around in the dark, but we are getting lucky here. This could be the finishing piece. Let's get real sneaky. Because we don't want the damage fall off to be as much. If we can drop one of these guys in one go, that would be perfect. Nope. Wow. Whoa. Well, there's one down. Is this the leader? Yeah. Oh. Just had him lined up there. Whoa, whoa, shots going wide. I don't have the most sensitive mouse in the world, so sometimes this kind of precision aiming is a little bit tough. Alright. Or maybe it's overly sensitive. I've got it dialed all the way down. Oops. Well, we're not going to do that. We're not going to chop up the body. little more pistol ammo, a little bit of money. I think we're just, yeah, 11 bucks short. Definitely the next one we find should be enough money. The only one that might short us is if we run across one of those TNT bandits, because they don't tend to have a whole lot of money on them, and they're just a single spawn. Bank robber would definitely do it, and I will absolutely take any skull gang guys we can find. Let's do kind of a wide circle around here. Get lucky, maybe find another. There's a fair amount of camps around this area, though, so I'm pretty happy with that. Just gotta cast a wide enough net, I guess. Whee! What was that? Pfft, meteor impact crater? That doesn't seem naturally occurring there, does it? This is Jeb. My name is Jeb, and this is my big hole. I done dug this. You can look at it if you like. Come see Jeb in his wondrous deep hole. Wait, that didn't quite come out right, did it? Horsey spawning. I use their scientific name, if at all possible, which is Horsey. One more good spawn, that's all we need. Come on, you bad man, where are you? My fondest wish for this game is that eventually they'll put in like bandit fortresses that you can like team up with. Maybe have some kind of like rare loot options or something like that. Something like that, you know. Some good PvE content for people to team up together. Or, hey, tackle it solo. Just be careful, you know. Pick them apart with a sharp rifle or something. I'm sure they got all sorts of plans for stuff like that, though. Woo. Trees. Let's get up here on this ridge and take a look-see. Yeah, here we go. Some more bandana boys. The roving gangs is a little rare to see in the desert, at least where we're at. You do see these in the grasslands periodically, though. Let's get their attention before they do something silly like... Ooh, there's 4 of them. Wow, okay, well, let's get on the leader here. Oh, man. We're not having much luck right now, are we? It's a good thing we have that extra pistol ammo. We're going to use it all. Alright, so our health's getting low. Our horse is taking a few shots, but it's not too bad. We did get the money we needed. So that's the important thing, but let's clear up the rest of these guys. I'm your Huckleberry. Oh, that was a nice clump. Whoa! Easy there. Don't make me shoot my horse. He'll be mad. There we go. That was a nice one. Yeah, all 4. We got some decent money off of that. And that was... Wow. Okay, so we're just north and east of our camp. Let's eat some food. And have a drink of our canteen. Yeah, that's not bad. $227. Awesome. Let's go back and get that gold exchange. We might actually go with the tier 1 mine on this one just to see what it's all about. One of the big differences is how it's powered as well. So the tier 1 mine is powered by a donkey. So you need to have a donkey. So we might need to ride down to that area over there, because that's where the donkeys are, and bring one back. I'm not excited about that idea because donkeys are slow. Very, very slow. But we could do it if we wanted to. Alright, where are we at now? Okay. Heading south. But overall, that wasn't too bad. That was about the amount of time I expected it would take to raise the $200. So not too sad about that. Should probably grab some coal on the way back, because we're going to need to get the smelters set up here real soon. But not until we need a mine. That's when we're going to be doing a lot of smelting and having those 2 furnaces. Oh, let me show you something else while I'm thinking about it. So we have our 2. We don't really need them here. What we can do is move this. We'll put them right next to each other. Keep things organized and hopefully remind me if I've already built a thing. But again, it's nice to have 2. This industrial rustic look. Come on. And then you can use the middle mouse wheel to spin it around there. Is that as close as I want to get? That's fine. That'll be fine. Okay. Now that we have our money raised, we're going to head straight over to the post office here. Or at least our mailbox. We do get mail service, amazingly enough, being the only man out on the prairie. But what we're looking for is that gold exchange contract. So we'll click on that. And to gold exchange, request to hire. We want to hire you. Come on out here. Requesting to hire a gold exchange for $200. And then we send message. And then boom, gold exchange recruited. Use item to recruit gold exchange. Receive all items. It's going to pop down here in our inventory. Do not lose that. And we're just going to right click it. And this can be a little tricky, especially with the larger buildings. This one's about as small as they come, so it's not that tough. If you've got an idea for a city in mind, you definitely want to have a little bit of foresight when you place things. So we're just going to pop it over here because we're not really, planning to build up an entire Midwest town. But here we go. And say, hey, Clarence, how's it going? I got some money for you. And all of that gold we got earlier, and silver as well if we had some, we can just pop that in there. Sells for, $10 a stack. Boom, 220. 247. So we're already halfway, just about halfway to our first tier mine, or, a third of the way to the tier 2. But that's basically where we're going to leave it for today. That's how all the contract systems work. You hire somebody, you place them down with the contract, and you start building like that. We're going to continue in the next episode generating some money. Hopefully we'll get some more skull gang. I might do a little offline farming just to build up the money, and then we'll go into how the mine system works. But otherwise, hope you guys had fun. Thank you so much for watching along. Again, you can catch me live at twitch.tv/captain_archer, link in the notes. And if you did enjoy this video, all the likes, shares, subscribe, all that stuff really helps. But thanks a lot, folks. Hopefully we'll see you again real soon, and see you out there, cowboy.